Social media's goal is to bring us together and keep us connected, but the more we get involved with social media, the further apart we grow, the more isolated we become, and sometimes we will crash into each other just to feel alive, just to feel connected, to feel human. Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm sat on the floor of my conservatory at the moment, just trying to cool down because I've been for a run. I just want us to get serious for a moment and talk about racism in light of what's going on in America, on police brutality in the US, around the world as well, but not so much in your face like it is in America. You know, growing up as a mixed race child in West Africa, in Liberia, I never knew what racism was because it wasn't, you know, in your face. You know, I went to an international school and I have white friends and black friends and you know, and Asian friends. And, you know, people just got along. And, you know, but as I said, I'm not saying that it wasn't there. I was exposed to it. You know, when I moved to UK at the age of 15, I encountered racism in school. Being in that situation for the first time, I think I was in year 10, and this was from a teacher. You take your time to process it, and you kind of just. I later on realized that you know, there are two kinds of people in this world, and there are the normal people, and they're assholes. Now there will always be assholes who will, you know, ruin it for everybody else. There will always be assholes, and you know, there are police assholes, there are army assholes, there are doctor assholes, there are intelligent assholes, there are, you know, there are rich assholes, there are poor assholes, there are black and white assholes. What we need to understand, those handful of assholes who are just making life really complicated for the good cops. You know, you cannot be an intelligent person and think that every police officer in the US is racist, or every police officer in, you know, in the world harbors some form of hate towards ethnic minorities. Same as you can't think that every black person in America hate police officer. That will mean you have to have spoken to and interviewed every black person in America, and interviewed and spoken to every police officer in America. It doesn't make sense. It's just, you would like to think that it's just a handful of bad apples who are ruining it for everybody else. And I think, you know, as a human race, we need to tolerate each other a lot more, because it's only going to get worse with COVID-19 and, you know, coming into the picture and social distancing. You know, as human beings, social distancing is going to change the way we live our life after this. We're gonna get further and further apart. And you know, people say, oh yes, but then, you know, you've got social media, we're still connected. Nah, it's not a human connection. The more we adapt to living apart, the more further apart we become, the more isolated we become. Before all this happened, you know, before the COVID-19, the shops and malls, you know, were packed with people. And you know, people bumping into each other, people talking, laughing, kids playing, and that connection. People you don't even know, you walk past, and then you might occasionally bump into. As we live our life going forward, we will experience less and less of that, and you know, and I don't think that's a good thing. I think it's the further you are apart from engaging in the things that, you know, that keeps you being human, the worse it's gonna get. Because now we just, the further and further apart we live our lives, the more disconnected we become. We need to come together as a species if we are to survive the future. But to summarize what I'm trying to say, is a lot of people will argue the fact that we're kind of programmed to self-destruct. I mean, we are the only species on this earth that will destroy its own environment and then move on to another environment and destroy that, all in the name of, you know, of self-fulfillment, greed. You can argue that, but what I'm trying to say is we just need more tolerance, and we need to find a way to stay connected with each other, else, you know, before it gets too late. And you can kind of see it happening in America at the moment. This issue with racism and police brutality didn't just pop up the last year or so. It's been going on for a very long time. You could see it simmering, boiling to the point that it spills over, and this is what you get. We need to pray for each other, you know, pray for America, and pray that we make it through this, because I think the worst is yet to come. As I said, with how we're gonna start living our lives after COVID-19. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, and I'll see you in the next video.